Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is also fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Raila Odinga concluded his 9-day tour of ODM strongholds. That is the Luhya Nation and the coastal region. Raila Odinga was in the Luhya Nation for 3 good days. That is the Busia. He began with Busia, Vihiga, and concluded with Bungoma. He skipped Kakamega probably because of the beef between Oparanya and the governor. Then Raila Odinga flew to the coastal region. In the coastal region, he covered all the counties in the coastal region. And I remember opining on this platform at the beginning of the tour that one of the objectives of the tour was to gauge the ground for 2027 presidential bid. In your own opinion, after the 9-day tour, do you think Raila Odinga is going to be on the ballot in 2027? Because for me, signs are there. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys 2 things. The first thing is the signs that Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot. The signs that I picked during the tour. Number 2, the challenges which Raila Odinga is likely to face in his bid for 2027 if he will decide to run. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or 2, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to dive in. By the way, let me ask you this question. Between Ndindi Nyoro and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who is visible at the moment? Ndindi Nyoro was in Kisumu County, Nyakach, my constituency, today. I don't know where Kalonzo was. On this particular platform, I've always challenged Kalonzo Musyoka that if he can't find a place, I can even organize for him to attend a church service somewhere in Kisumu here. Where was he this weekend? What about Martha Karua? And after Raila Odinga's tour, majority of Azimio supporters are not convinced that it is only Raila Odinga who can run for the presidency against William Samoei Arap Ruto. First of all, let us look at the signs that Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot. The first sign is the move by Raila Odinga to revamp ODM party. Raila Odinga has embarked on massive branding, massive recruitment of ODM party. Why do you think he wants to do that? For me, Raila Odinga wants to do that because he wants to run as ODM. He believes that if he will be on the ballot, Kalonzo Musyoka will also be on the ballot, which means the idea of Azimio will be there. And by the way, I've been thinking that if Raila were to be on the ballot, Kalonzo were to be on the ballot, and Ruto were to be on the ballot, is that good for Azimio or bad? For me, the move to revamp ODM party is a sign that Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot. Number 2 is what I call Uhuru Kenyatta factor. I'm convinced that Uhuru Kenyatta is still interested in revenge against Ruto, and he wants Raila Odinga to be on the ballot for him to revenge. The truth is, even Uhuru Kenyatta's allies are still interested in Raila Odinga running again. That is why people like David Murabe are very clear that for them, their candidate is still Raila Odinga, unless something else happens. The third sign that Raila Odinga is going to run is the kind of endorsement he received during his 9-day tour. In the coastal region, which is one of his core strongholds, every speaker was like, Baba lazima uwekwa debe. Abdul Swamad Nasir was very clear that it's not negotiable.
Mimi kama Mbima na watu wetu majority wa Luanda wanasema hivi: kama wewe kuazimio hautakuwa kwa debe yenye Raila simami, sisi hatutapiga kura, si ndio? Kama baba simami tutapiga kura.
Nataka tumwambie siku zake zimefika baba Raila Odinga. Nataka niseme leo kama kiongozi, uongozi hujipi, uongozi unapewa, na wanaokupa ni wananchi. Kwa hivyo baba Raila, ukataka usitake, sisi wananchi tushaamua 2027 wewe ndio rais wa nchi hii ya Kenya. Piga nduru ya Raila Amolo.
Asante.
Let me tell you, there is no way those leaders would speak like that if if there was no objective to be achieved. Probably they would have been told, on the issue of the presidency, please go slow on it. Each speaker endorsing Raila Odinga. The fourth sign that Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot is the focus on strongholds. Why do you think Raila Odinga is now focusing more on his strongholds? He wants to consolidate. Because he believes that if he had focused in the last election in his strongholds, probably he would have succeeded. If you take your calculator and figured out the number of votes that did not vote in the coastal region, the number of votes that did not vote in Western Kenya, the number of voters who did not vote in the Luo Nation, the Nyanza region, the Northern Kenya, massive. And those are his strongholds. So basically there was voter apathy on his strongholds. So this time around, he's focusing on the strongholds. In the last election, Raila focused more on the mountain. So that proves that likely he's going to be on the ballot. The fifth sign that is also coming out is that Raila Odinga is creating regional kingpins. Those are the people who will be taking charge of his campaigns. I'm seeing Oparanya emerging. Probably he's running it.
Tucha ODM ndio tukifika sari mpaka university. Ndio kwa sababu tumekuja hapa leo tusajili watu wengi katika chama chetu cha ODM. Ndio tukifika 2027 chama chetu tuna nguvu kuanzia mashinani mpaka kule kwa baba. Na ikifika wakati wa kura tuko na nguvu kabisa kupeleka bwana Ruto nyumbani. Tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja? Tutaungana kupeleka Ruto nyumbani? Haya nione wale.
But in the coastal region after the tour, it became very clear that Raila Odinga is going to have Abdul Somad Nasir as the regional kingpin.
Huyu kijana yangu huyu Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir ni kijana ana akili mingi zaidi, tena anajua kuchapa kazi, tena anajua kupanga kazi, tena amesimama imara na chama chetu cha ODM, na ameimarisha ODM hapa Mombasa na mkoa wa Pwani yote. Nasema heko kwake, heko. Asante sana.
Abdul Swamad Nasir received, joined Raila in Western Kenya. He joined Raila in Nyanza when Raila had that Makwiny Odinga Memorial Service. He has been with Raila Odinga in all the tours from Lamu, from Tana River, from Taita Taveta to Mombasa. He actually escorted Raila Odinga to the airport today. If you've been keen, Simbarati is also being made Uko. In the Luya Nation, apart from Oparanya being the presidential candidate, probably the running mate, Raila Odinga is also creating Team Wanyonyi. I'll be revealing to you others, like for example, who will be his kingpin for Northern Kenya. I'm still following that. The sixth sign that Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot is the failure to push for another individual. And I think circumstances are forcing Raila Odinga to be on the ballot. If you remember, last year Raila Odinga and Uhuru Odinga hosted Kalonzo Musyoka in Bondo. And most Kenyans concluded, including myself, that Raila Odinga was going to hand over to Kalonzo Musyoka. But I think they've sat down and figured out that Kalonzo Musyoka probably it's not serious. So Raila Odinga is going back again. Otherwise, in his coastal tour, Raila Odinga would have mentioned Azimio candidates. Not specific one, but let's say in Azimio, Martha, Kalonzo, Wamalwa, probably all of them. So because he has failed to name or to push for another individual, just pushing for Raila Odinga and ODM brand, I'm concluding that Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot. So for me, those are 6 signs that are very clear that Raila Odinga is going to be on the ballot. Now, assuming Raila Odinga will be on the ballot, what are some of the challenges that is likely to face? For me, number 1 is the winning formula. What will be his winning formula? Because a winning formula would mean the right running mate, the numbers, the finance. So let us look at the numbers. Assuming Raila Odinga will be on the ballot and not endorsed by Kalonzo, the combination has always delivered for Raila Odinga on 3 elections. So if Kalonzo will not be Raila Odinga's running mate, if Kalonzo will not be on the ballot with Raila as the presidential candidate, it means Kamba votes will go to Kalonzo, but a different basket. Yeah. So where will Raila Odinga recover the Kamba votes? That's something which is going to be a major headache for him. The winning formula. Who is going to be his running mate? Oparanya? Joho? Who? Number 2, there is the fatigue. You know, most of Raila Odinga supporters, as much as they want Raila Odinga to run, majority are now tired. If you talk to them, wanasema sisi hatutapiga kura tena. They voted. Rigged. You know, even the time they thought that now they had the system. So right now, most of them are fatigued. How will Raila re-energize them? How will Raila convince them that this time round, vitu tutafanya vizuri differently? The third challenge for me is the narrative. There's a narrative that Raila Odinga cannot win against Ruto. That he has supporters, he has everything, but when it comes to winning, that's where he draws the line. In fact, Miguna is putting it bluntly, that Raila Odinga doesn't know how to take power. That he can have people, blah, blah, then at the end of the day, and that's why most people are pushing for someone else to be on the ballot. So how will Raila Odinga deal with that narrative? That this time round, I'm going for it, na nenda kushinda. Because the supporters will say, for us, since tumekupigia kura, we are waiting. We are still voting for you. But convince us that if you vote, your kura will count. And of course, there is the betrayal tag. That Raila Odinga cannot support any other person. Because let's face it, in a scenario where Raila is on the ballot, there's a presidential candidate from the Kikuyu nation, Kalonzo is on the ballot, and Ruto. None of them will get the 50% plus 1 vote. Then it will now boil down to coalition for the rerun. So let's say it's Ruto and Raila. Then you have Raila here, you have Ruto. Who do you think the Kambas will vote for? Will they vote for Raila Odinga, who refused to support Kalonzo? Or will they support Ruto, who can then convince them that for me, wacha tu nimalize hii, then I'll hand over to you? Because the advantage Raila Odinga had in the last election was that he could convince the Luo nation, the Kamba nations, that let me take this chance, then nitachia Kalonzo. So it's a big challenge for him. I don't know what you think. Let me ask you this question. Do you think Raila Odinga can win in 2027? Let me read your honest opinion on that. And if you watch this video up to this place, kindly let me know in the comment section by just typing present. Bye bye.